Are you a mom who feels overwhelmed with the clutter in your home? You struggle with finding time to declutter your home because you're doing 1,000,001 things and feel like there isn't enough hours in the day to get it all done? I can relate. You tried to get rid of things without the kids seeing, and that was an epic fail. But it's okay, you're not alone. I'm here to help. We are on this journey together. I've come to realize that as moms, we are so good at cleaning up and struggle with the clearing it out part. That's all about to change. We are going to free up space in our homes and mind to regain our time back and, most importantly, our peace. Now that we know what we don't want, let's work on what we do. Are you up for the challenge? Let's go. Welcome back, Declutter Babes, to another episode of Whisk Away Clutter, Sprinkle in Order. I'm your host, Tanisha Tamara, and I have a juicy topic for you guys today. We're going to be talking about the onion method to decluttering. Yes, we are. So if you're new here, welcome. Don't be shy. Make sure to hit that subscribe button or follow button, depending on where you're listening to the show. And let's dive in. So this week was an interesting week for me because I did a bit of decluttering. And like I said in previous episodes, my goal is to declutter my whole house by the end of the year of 2024. So this week I wanted to tackle my daughter's room. So there's a lot going on in the room. So I basically decided to do one small project at a time, which is what I've been teaching you guys to do in your whole decluttering journey, right? So with that being said, I decided to tackle her wardrobe. So Christmas just passed. Her and my son accumulated so much new clothes that they needed simply because they've outgrown the clothes that they were using before and that they were wearing before. And when family and friends had asked, what exactly do we get them for Christmas? I was like, please minimize on the toys because we have enough of that. Like literally enough toys that I can start my own daycare, to be quite honest. But focus more on the clothing because they're outgrowing their clothes. And Lord and behold, that's exactly what they did. They purchased a lot of clothes for them, which is not a bad thing, right? So I had to basically get rid of what's not fitting them and do a switcheroo and put into their closet what they needed at the time. So that was like a major deep clean declutter situation that I had to go through. To be quite honest, it was a bit overwhelming, but it was more overwhelming for me to see stuff just sitting there that no longer fits them. So it had to get done. I basically went through that whole process. And if you guys go on my Instagram, you can definitely see the before and after of what that looks like. I'm going to link my Instagram in the bottom of the show notes as well. If you're listening to this on YouTube, I will link it there as well. But yeah, it was just a lot going on and it needed to go. So I started off by literally pulling everything out that they currently are using and not using and dumped everything on my daughter's bed. I just put everything out. And that's the best way to start decluttering. You have to take everything out of its place. Everything out of its place. Jesus, bear with me. So yeah, I took everything out of the closet. I put it on the bed and I just got like a bird eye view of what I'm dealing with. So I decided to categorize certain things. So all the dresses would go to a side that my daughter wears, and that's a combination of like dresses that she can go out for events and a combination of like her play dresses, things that she likes to just jump into to play around in the house, as well as costume dresses that she's accumulated over the years from Halloween. And then my son, since they do share the wardrobe together, he had a lot of like sleepers and t-shirts and socks that were literally too small for him. He's now 21 months, so he had things sitting there in the wardrobe from like 12 months, 18 months that no longer served him and that was no longer fitting him. So all of this had to be decluttered. So I got that done, and keeping in mind that I wanted to do this mini project, I ordered hangers off of Amazon. And as I was decluttering and organizing everything, which by the way was very comforting, just to see things being put in its place and getting rid of what is no longer serving my kids, and being able to create a donation pile to give that away was amazing. It relieved a lot of anxiety. But me, I'm a perfectionist in a way when it comes to attention to detail, and I like things properly organized in a seamless fashion, color coordinated. And then I started to realize, oh my God, the hangers, I don't have enough. I didn't order enough hangers from Amazon. So if you refer back to the video that I posted on TikTok and on my Instagram, you guys can definitely see that there's a blend of like old door hangers that my daughter has on her clothing, which she was into door at the time. And then I have the new Amazon hangers, and I'm just like, one thing at a time. Give myself grace. Don't overwhelm myself. So side note, don't get overwhelmed and tackle on too much when you're going through the process, because it's easy to slip into that mindset. I did it, and I just want to give you guys heads up, like, don't go there. Pull yourself back. The first step is feeling better about what you're doing as you're doing it. And that's what I had to refocus my attention on. Like, this first step is making me feel better. Yes, I do want to take it to the next step, which is having matching hangers so everything looks pretty. But I'm not there yet, and that's okay. And it's only after like posting that video and looking back at it, like I literally watched it maybe 3 times. And I'm just like, give yourself grace, Tanisha. You got the first step done. And the irony of things is, again, I'm still in my studying process. I'm still in my learning phase, that I came across a YouTube video because I'm doing my research, and it was by The Minimal Mom on YouTube. So I definitely love her concept when it comes to decluttering. And she has a concept called the onion method to decluttering. And it literally was perfect divine timing of what I needed to see to reassure me that, hey, there's a method to the madness, but there's also an end goal and a transformation that I'm going to gain at the end. All you have to do is just take that first step. And I felt like that was a perfect reminder for me to be like, hey, pat yourself on the back. You took that first step in getting rid of the clutter of the clothes that you've accumulated for your kids that no longer serve them, that they've outgrown, had the pleasure of putting it to the side to donate it, and now just reorganize that space. And you're going to go back into it. But that first layer of anxiety is no longer there. It's not weighing down on me anymore. So she has a method that she coined called the onion method to decluttering. And it's literally like what you think. It's pulling back the layers. So the goal is to get to the core of the onion, which is where the full transformation is. So that's a peaceful home, building up your self-confidence. Because to be honest, the more you start decluttering, you start to feel confident. You start to feel like, oh, I got this. It's a little bit easier. It's not as hard as I thought it was. You know, like everything else, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And just doing this mini project, I experienced that. So that was something that I was just like, okay, yeah, she's onto something. And at the end of the day, it's all about having time for yourself, feeling comfortable when you walk into that space and just like, oh my God, I don't have to tackle folding clothes up and putting it in order for a whole hour. You just basically cut that time back to maybe 10, 15 minutes because you decluttered the space prior, you know? So it's all very helpful. So I do like the concept of the onion method, which is basically going in and removing that first layer. And then maybe 3 weeks down the line, a month down the line, when you're comfortable again and you feel like you've developed your confidence muscle, you can go back and declutter and take a second step towards that. So I want to challenge you guys to take that approach. Find a space in your home that is really giving you anxiety. It's just like when you pass by, you're just like, oh my God, you feel overwhelmed. You have that self-talk like, it's just overwhelming. I don't want to do this. And you procrastinate. Like, today is the day that you're going to get it done. Today is the day that you're going to implement the onion method, where you're going to go in, remove everything out of its place, put it down so you have a bird eye view of what you're looking at, categorize everything, put it back, and whatever you're not using, toss it in the garbage, recycle it, or donate it. Okay? Find one small project. Do not overwhelm yourself. This could be your trunk drawer. This can be your linen closet. Do something small. This can be your bedroom closet as well. Okay? So try this out. Let me know what you think. And we'll speak about the results in a further episode. I really want to get the feedback of this whole experience for you guys on decluttering and trying the onion method. Do your research as well. I'm still continuing to do my research. This is just a method that I wanted to share with you guys that I found that was very valuable because it made a lot of sense. Because initially you can go in and remove everything, and it's just like, it's still not 100% to what you have in mind. And that is okay. That's the takeaway from today. I want you to understand that is okay. Keep in mind that the space is better than what it used to be like. That is what I want you guys to take away from this episode, okay? Give yourself grace, pull back that first layer, and it's okay because you're going to go back another time when you're ready and you're comfortable to tackle it. And when your self-confidence muscle is built up 100%. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for listening. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. If you're listening on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you. Bye.